Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. In spite of the horrible accident that led to the death of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins last year during the filming of Rust, production on the film is going to resume. So, yeah, I still don't think a lot of people are really going to want to go see this film, and not everybody who was working on it really wants to go back to do that. The settlement that will allow production to resume on Rust has stirred complicated feelings among the film's crew, with some saying they would not return to the project while others support the decision. The producers announced on October 5th that they plan to resume production in January, more than a year after Alec Baldwin shot and killed cinematographer Halyna Hutchins while preparing for a scene at a location near Santa Fe, New Mexico. The producers, including Baldwin, settled a wrongful death lawsuit brought by Hutchins' widower, Matthew, and said they intend to complete the film to honor Hutchins' memory. And of course, they want to recoup the money that they have invested in producing this film. The lawsuit alleged that the production cut corners to save money and put the crew at risk, and several crew members said they feel unsafe and have no intention of going back. And I can hardly blame them for feeling that way. I wouldn't expect a lot of them would want to go back. I absolutely would want nothing to do with it, said one crew member who asked not to be identified. It was traumatizing across the board. But other crew members have said that the production was not as hazardous as it's been portrayed. So in other words, they are blinding themselves to the fact that a person was shot and killed on the set. That doesn't exactly sound safe to me. They didn't cut corners. They did everything right, said Aaron Ward, who did location work on the film. It was just a freak accident, in my opinion. Well, that goes to show how little he cares about the fact that Halyna Hutchins lost her life there. Asked whether he supports resuming production, Ward said, "I'm all for it. I say give the proceeds to the family and have a field day." He just wants to see this film get made because he probably wants to get paid. The district attorney continues to investigate and may yet file criminal charges in the case. 3 other civil suits are still pending. The New Mexico Occupational Health and Safety Review Commission is also expected to conduct an 8-day hearing on set safety violations in April. The production is challenging the state agency's conclusion that it violated industry firearms rules and showed plain indifference to set safety. The production is also disputing a $136,000 penalty. "The whole thing is challenging and complicated and messy," said another crew member, who asked not to be identified out of concern over an NDA. "A lot of people around me were really hurt by those events." If he were asked, he didn't think that he would return to his job. "There's just a sort of concern how I would emotionally respond to being in that space again," he said. "I don't know that I would do my job well." Well, if somebody got shot there and a lot of people are still thinking about that, yeah, I don't see how many people would be able to work well in that type of an environment. Scott Rasmussen, an armorer based in Albuquerque, turned down an offer to work on Rust last year. Since the settlement was announced, he said he had talked to at least 8 other crew members. "Nobody likes the idea at all," he said. "That's not the way to honor Halyna, going back in and finishing the film with the person who killed her. To have Alec Baldwin associated with the film any longer is an insult to her memory. Everybody I've spoken to will not work on it." The crew member who felt traumatized by the production also said the idea of completing the film made her uneasy. "They're continuing on and using this whole scandal for publicity, which is what Hollywood does all the time," she said. "It does not sit right with me." Well, I don't think it would sit right with most people. But another crew member said that Matthew Hutchins' decision to participate as an executive producer meant a lot to him. "I think he's doing it all for the right reasons," the crew member said. "At a bare minimum, that project is a dream that his wife was working on, and right up to the accident, we had a beautiful looking movie. If Matt wants to make the movie, and if Alec is willing to continue making the movie, then I think we should make the movie." Well, we'll have to see if anybody actually wants to see it if they do actually complete it. Ed Pinkard, an animal wrangler who worked with horses on the film, said he also supports completing the project. "I'd like to see him finish because I feel Halyna would want that," he said. "It might bring a sense of closure." So there's definitely a lot of mixed feelings about whether to continue working on this film or not. I, for one, have very strong mixed feelings about it. I have no interest in seeing it. I don't think a lot of the crew members who were working on it when the accident occurred are going to want to return. And certainly not the former armorer. I don't think she will ever be back. I would be surprised if she ever works on another film again, to be honest. But we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. Production is resuming, and whether or not anyone wants to go see it when it eventually gets released, who can say? Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to see more of our videos in the future and help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.